This is CJ Ruley from Comm 210, section 001, once again. And this time I'm starting to pronounce my consonant sounds. This one that I'm specifically doing right now is going to be the T sound, which is the cognate to D. And basically, the reason I chose this sound was because when there's two T's in this word, or even like one, I instead put a D instead of a T. So the T sound as in matter and as in after. So after, table, and once again, like I said, this is about me like tending to put a D, or I guess make the T vibrate in such a way that it sounds like a D, and that's not really what I want to do. So there's a couple of different parts of drill words for these, because there's, you know, so many like ways, you know, there's when it's a singular T and when it's a double T, which are like kind of two different sounds under the same T. So I'm going to start with the first set of drill words, which are sorry, I've been sick for like a month. I have a really bad immune system. But okay, the first set of drill words are as follows: table, tag, take, teach, teeth, tide, time, toad, today, tune. Okay, and the medial drill words: attempt, between, continue, entire, intend, material, return, see, I was about to say satisfy when it's satisfy, until, eight, bet, coat, eat, height, mat, night, ought, wrote, yet. I feel like I overpronounced the T in that section, so let me go through that again really quickly. 8, bet, coat, eat, height, mat, night, ought, wrote, yet. Okay, and here's another couple, so the following of these drill words, I guess, are ones that, I guess, it's one that says unstressed syllables. So, okay, so this is practice with the T and unstressed syllables. So after, character, daughter, doctor, 50, matter, it doesn't matter, party, sister, water, written. I'm confused about that one, whether we were supposed to unstress it or stress it. Yeah, so that part confused me, but I think that's what I wanted to do. So this is another set of drill words about blends, I guess. So when it's two words side by side that where one ends in T and the other begins in T, so it kind of, you have to pronounce each one separately, which I know I don't, because I talk so fast sometimes. I'm just like that. I talk so fast sometimes that I just tend to be like, you know, for example, one of the examples here are like net thousands, so I just say net thousands. I'm just like net thousands. So it's like not really, you know, or like don't think about it. So I know I tend to do that, maybe not necessarily with these words, but I noticed it in my speech sometimes because I do speak fast. So, these drill words are bright things, fat thigh, late Thursday, pat theory, cut through, get thread, met 3, don't think, hate threats, net thousands. Okay, and there's one more, and then I have to move on to these set of drill words, which are when it's 2 T's that tend to make the sound of D. And this is like, I guess the key here is not to overemphasize, but like still adding the T instead of being like duh. So like, oh my gosh, I know I mess this up all the time. Like Betty, cutie. I don't say Betty, I say Betty. So I'll try these drill words and I'll move on to the drill sentences. Betty, Betty, Betty. Okay, so it says you do not need to punch the sound, just lightly tap against the gum ridge. Betty, fritter, later, writer, cutie, getting, matter, duty, hatcher, pretty. Okay. Now here are the drill sentences. Okay. The drill sentences are as follows. We talked over tea about teaching. The entire trip was intended to be spent in one town. When I return, I will try to get new tires. When I return, I will try to get new tires. Take a towel with you to the tide pools. The city offers plenty of thrifty opportunities. I hope to continue to treat the right things with these pills. Bright thoughts suited his personality. She was witty, pretty, and 52. I am betting that the cattle haven't eaten. Haven't eaten. Look at the time. It's later than you noted. Pests have gotten into the plants. When traveling, you ought to notice the cost of seeing the sights. The writer had written literate material. What is your height and weight? He ate at the table with his teeth out. List those tunes on the bestseller list. The show was intended to attract the entire audience. Tom persists in making a pest out of himself. The little kitty was cute. You'll hear this radio station's greatest hits. Okay, with that one, I noticed, with the t sound, I noticed that I kind of, like I said, make a D out of 2 T's. And also, I noticed that some parts I just cut out the T altogether. And I found that I was able to sort of fix that by, once again, talking slow and using, like, my mouth and not just, like, mumbling things or just, you know, kind of just rushing through my speech. So that's it for that. And I'll move on to the next one.